Hello, friendly fishes. It's your host, Lordfishy. I'm back, and we're going to look at another game Yet another game. Yet another card game. I think you're noticing a trend if you've seen any of my other videos. I tend to play a lot of card games. I like card games. I enjoy them. We're going to look at my garage, and there is a lot of good and bad to look at in this game, in just my opinion. Remember, I'm one person with an opinion, and you are entitled to your own opinion. You're also entitled to disagree, but just try to be respectful of each other. That's all, if you comment. Right. I hate waiting for this door. So we're just going to grab a car so we can kind of examine some of the features in the game. Now, this is a cool feature. I like how you can go in and buy used cars, fix them up if you want to, sell them, make some money. See, some of them are damaged different ways. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and grab this guy because the front end isn't damaged on it, so we can use it as an example. Some of the good and bad. Again, mechanics on this game, pretty good. I don't see a lot of games out there where you can interactively switch parts, do things like that. The cars are very limited. I do have to say that. I think 5 or 6 cars, and it has taken years to get to this point. We'll just switch to our gear. It's an automatic, so drive will just go. They have automatic and standard, which is good. It's pretty cool. Automatics are only for the V8s. Not sure why that is, but again, cool concept for a game, indeed. But there's a lot of problems too. Now, all vehicles that are damaged, well, not all, some, you can fix them up depending on how bad the damage is. Sometimes it'll get to the point where it's too far to be fixed. And again, I like that. It's a pretty cool little feature. You can remove rust, things like that, to make some money on the car. As you see, as the damage gets less and less, the vehicle's worth more and more. So, pretty cool system. Alright, but we're going to talk about a few more things. Like the map. There's only a few places to go in this game. One, the junkyard. We'll take you there. Pretty cool again. You buy used cars. Sorry, I'm sniffling a little bit. I got a cold still. It's been like 2 weeks. I still just can't get rid of it. Pretty cool concept. You buy some used cars. Pretty cool. Drive them. Not a bad job. Rusted, dirty. All really cool systems. But that's where we're going to run into our first couple limitations. Okay. Yeah, you could buy a car. You could take it home. I'll just do some examples here. Hey, you could buy 2 cars and take them home. Right on. Pretty cool. Sometimes it'll be a good deal. Sometimes maybe you shouldn't have bought that car. It's not such a great deal, which kind of puts a little bit of decision making into the game, which makes it better. Because obviously, as you get better, you'll know what's worth it and what's not worth it. But again, that's where we're running into a limitation. Because where do you go from here? You can expand your shop once. It gives it an extra bay, which again is pretty cool. But there's nowhere to go. We have a store across the street. Pretty cool. Right? We got that used car sales place. We've got another place over here that sells a few extra things that one doesn't sell. And I don't know why they would do that, but we won't get into that. We can get trailers for hauling our junk around. But again, that's where this game is limited. Because what then? There is literally... And I'm not trying to be mean by saying this. I know some people might be a bit offended. But there is literally no point to this game. I could buy trailers. put roofs on them. I can go get parts, but you're not going to get to race other people in the end of the day. So, you know, you're just doing it for your own satisfaction, I guess. And for, you know, a day, it might feel a little satisfying to put some cars away and build them and fix them. And I found that. I played it a little bit. And it's in the change aspect. This game is what it is. It's not going to change. It's not going to get any better. It's been around for years. The only updates I've seen and I've noticed have been things like, for example, these cars, to me, well, this car, anyways, to me looks Russian. It looks like the other car, just a coupe version of it, basically a Lada. And maybe that's not the model it's based off of, but that's what I'm seeing. This looks like an early 80s, maybe 70s American muscle car. I cannot see a connection between what cars come into this game and which cars don't come into this game. There is no theme to this game. It is literally whatever. Maybe they have a game plan and I don't understand it, but it seems like to me like it's whatever they feel like it. Like, I don't know if they're making these things. I don't know if it's just what they're coming up with as an idea for the next car and it just happens to look that way, but it really gives a strange feeling to this game, like you're playing a mix of 3 games put into one or something. It's the best way I could think to describe it. We'll go look at some of the other things in the game, just kind of go through them. And again, I do want to give them credit for coming up with an original, well, fairly original concept. They did try to do a survival mode, and I don't know, maybe it could have been good if they would have been willing to make certain changes, but they weren't. And here we're going to run into our next issue. This is the only form of life in the game, is this traffic. And as you can see, I'm not blocking it, I'm not in their way or anything, but this is what happens every single time traffic moves. They come to a corner or something like that, and they get stuck. So if coming around a bend at high speeds and smashing into a bunch of parked cars is frustrating to you, you're going to get frustrated. The AI on this game, they did not do a good job on it. The AI, that's the only AI we have in the game, and it's literally subpar. It is not okay. It cannot even function on the roads, and maybe they have a plan to fix it and they just haven't got there. I don't know. But I've seen people ask for the changes, and basically they don't like any feedback. So if you're looking for a game where you're going to say, hey, I would like to see this, and maybe see it actually come into the game, this is not the game for you. If you want to be a part of the community and feel like you're in this together making a great game, this is not a good game for you. And that's fine with a lot of people, and I understand. You know, we all have what we like. I personally like when I talk to the curators of game that they actually, I feel heard. Like, they understand I'm their customer base, basically. If 30 or 40 people are telling you the same thing, there's probably a good chance that they're telling you that for a reason. Now, sometimes people are just going to ask for things that are just not really possible in games. And I understand that too. Like, you know, like some people are going to say, well, add guns. You know, like there would be no point, stuff like that. And so I can understand just being like, well, yeah, you know, some people are just going to say silly stuff, but it's like this game has so much potential, but they're stuck in this one way of thinking and not changing things. And you can find scrap cars out here in the woods, but that's basically all you're going to find out here. There's a couple houses. You could find some shells to add to your shop. But there is no storyline. There's no, this is where this is headed. You can't build your business. You can't. This is it. Driving the streets endlessly on the vehicles that you built. And that's going to have to depend on your sense of value, really, if you feel like, you know, that's worth it to you. Honestly, I got it thinking they'd be willing to make certain changes as the game progressed, but I have not seen any of the changes that I would have liked to see in the game. I know that a few people have been, I should be careful how I word this, removed from Discord for making suggestions on the game change. I know that a few people have been attacked in the comments for making suggestions for game changes. So I literally just don't want to get involved in the drama. I have made suggestions. I didn't get yelled at, but I just don't want to. People are at the point with this game where you're afraid to tell them what's wrong with the game because they take it as a personal attack. Where we're all in this together and we want to make a better game together. Oh, there's one of the free cars. Again, that is a really cool feature to have in a game. And I hope this doesn't turn into them taking this personally too, because it's not. I try to be fair in my reviews and point out both the good and the bad things about games, and then let us make an educated decision on what we're seeing. And this game does have a lot of good things to offer. It's just like an older brother who refuses to change. It's like we're stuck in one spot that we just can't get past. And for that reason, and that reason mostly alone, is I would recommend not getting this in 2022. I would, in my personal opinion, say it's not worth it. It's not worth it because what you're seeing, you may see new cars, you may see new random things, but they're not going to add what people want to the game. They have their vision, in my opinion, and they're going to follow their vision regardless of what customers are saying, what feedback's saying. And as a game creator myself, I know that you need to be realistic first off when people make suggestions for changes, and you know, you don't want to say to people no. First off, you say we'll look into it. We'll look at making changes like that. Oh, we're freezing up for no reason. There's a lot of that in this game too. It is really laggy in spots. But as a game creator, you want to look at what people are asking for and say, are they validated? Are they right to want this in their game? And make those changes, in my opinion. But it's like a diamond in the rough that you know is never going to get polished, is the way I would describe this. Again, there's some really cool features to the game, but it's not going anywhere. This is it. So if that's okay with you, if you think, hey, well, you know, I'm pretty okay with just fixing up cars and that's all I need, well, great, this is a game for you. But in my personal opinion, I'm going to say it's not worth it. Anyways, if you like what I'm doing here, thumbs up, comment if you like, subscribe would be great. And if you would like to find a way to support me, I will link my game in the description, and you can click it and look at it at Steam. And if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to try it, that would be great. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.